Hello, it's 9 p.m. in RTD's time to English New Edition. For tonight headlines, we have the signing of a framework partnership agreement between the DGTFP and Djibouti Port Community System. For the international scene, new diplomatic sequence in Brest, Ukraine and France. Welcome to our newsroom. It was a night of consecration last night at the Kempinski Hotel. The evening of awarding trophy was celebrated a gala evening sponsored by the Prime Minister, His Excellency Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, but also member of the government and high dignitaries of Djibouti. This evening, which illustrates as a beautiful initiative, is to honor the greatest achievements of the Somali community in the world. In other words, this innovative, unique, and prestigious ceremony paid tribute to the successes and achievement of Somalis from all walks of life and recognized inspiring role models in their fields, whether it be business, social work, sport, education, entertainment. A colorful evening with a cross-sectional check, an opportunity to meet and create links in a very friendly atmosphere in this avoidable place of celebration, that is the great room of Nahel of Kempinski Hotel. Everyone could relax and enjoy the nights to the rhythm of the music and the various animations of this evening. The most awaited moment of the evening was the awarding of the trophy in the file of sport. This year, the trophy was given to Abdul Karim Abdallah Kubaye, elected the Sportsman of the Year. In the file of entrepreneurship, the trophy was awarded to Baidan, a coffee company that is setting up a shop everywhere for the educational and teaching path. This trophy was awarded to Awali Ahmed. Mama Hawa Muhammad Aden was awarded a trophy for her outstanding contribution to the community. The trophy for innovation was awarded to Wafi. The Arts and Entertainment Award was presented to Astan TV. The Lifetime's Achievement Award was presented to Abwan Aden Farah Samatar, and finally, the entrepreneurs Fathia Idle Dubad was awarded the Special Recognition Prize. The Minister of Budget visited the Directorate of Lands in the afternoon of Wednesday, January 12, 2022. The Ministers of Budget, Isman Ibrahim Roble, accompanied by his Secretary General, Simon Mebratu, visited the Directorate of Lands and Land Conservation. The director of this institution, Hussein Mahmoud Barre, and the member of his team welcomed the minister's presentation to the Minister of the member of the technical team of the land. Then took place in the meeting room of this building located within the Francola residence. The minister thanked the Director General and all his collaborators for this courteous visit and respectful welcome. This visit of contact of the minister has for objective to allow him to inquire about the working conditions of the teams of the directions in situation in their working space. This is in order to better understand the working environment and share the objectives of profitability, efficiency, and effectiveness with the team of domain. We can contribute to the development of our country if we pursue the objectives of professional rigor and competence. You must carry together the finance law and play your part in the dynamic of a strong positioning and logic of tangible results. The visit of the Minister of Budget to the Directorate of Budget. The Director of Budget was on the programs of this contact visit of the Minister of Budget. This Directorate has a score of executives, all with the rank of Head of Department. The Director of Budget, Usman Sadiq, and the member of his team, and the sub-director of budget programming, the sub-directors of studies. The Minister of Budget assured the Director of Budget of his support to succeed in the challenges of moving our budget programming toward a results-based budget. The training of staffs must be planned, and the minister invited the budget directorate to develop a plan to train its human resources. He also indicated that the values of underpins our systems are the principle and rigors of the search for quality, performance, and efficiency. And for his part, the Secretary General of the Minister of Budget, Simon Mebratu, said that the Public Accounting Department received the visit of the Minister of Budget at the end of the afternoon. So the Director of Public Accounting was the last stop on the programming of these hours of visit by the Minister of Budget in the Directorate. The DCT manages, the general manager is about 67 public establishment of an administrative nature, and EPA public establishment and industrial commercial natures are EPIC and fund. The DCP carries out the audit and account of this public establishment and aims at their conformity. For more than a year now, the DCP has acquired a certain expertise in the file of compliance with the overall management of public establishment, and more particularly the control of information system. The Secretary General thanked the Director, and this essential contact follows the meeting with the directors. Its purpose is to inquire about the working conditions in the file. The DCP is a very important body in the implementation of the budgetary policy. It allows us to ensure efficiency and effectiveness in the management of public resources within the general framework of facilitating the business climate. We must strengthen our capacity and assume our responsibility. We must play, he said. The Secretary General of the Minister of Budget, Simon Mebratu, he said, as you see, during the whole week, the new Minister of Budget, Ismail Ibrahim Roble, made contact visit in the different departments of the ministries which are under his supervision. In all these visits, the messages of the Minister of Budget was clear, because he ordered to promote the re-editions of the accounts. It is necessary that all the civil servants and executives are obliged to give account through rigorous and prudent management of the space data. A rigorous management is to rationalizations of expenses. An important signing ceremony of a partnership framework agreement between the Directorate General of Technical Education and Vocational Training and the Djibouti Port Community System (DPCS) took place on Thursday, January 13 at MENFOB. The Secretary General of MENFOB, Mohamed Abdallah Mahyoub, thanked the important delegation of DPCS composed of its general directors, Warsama Mohamed Bouha, the Director of Operator, Mohamed Ali, the Director of Human Resources, Dr. Saeed Yassin Almi. He recalled the unfailing support of the port, which constantly accompanies the MENFOB in its activity. His thanks were also addressed to the private sectors, including the ATD Associations of Djiboutian Freight Forwarders, represented by the General Manager of the Transit Company, SIM, Mr. Robli Abdullahi Abdi, and the ATDR Associations of Road Transporter, for which the DGTP is constantly working to provide a qualified workforce ready for employment. He also congratulated the DGTFP and its staff, headed by the General Directors Abdul Qadir Hamad Abdul Qadir, the Director of Sectoral Wash and Forecasting, Mr. Nim'a Hassan, and the Head of the Studies and Strategy, Technical Education and Vocational Training for this successful work. Also noteworthy was the presence of Mr. Dileta Sultan Mohammed, Director of Transport of the Ministry of Equipment Transport. In line with her towers in the city of Unity, the Minister of Social Affairs Solidarity proceeded to visit the locality of Muzlud following the warm welcome rich in colors, music and emotions. The Minister Ulufa Ismail Abdo exchanged with the population of Muzlud. Several personalities took the floor in turn to highlight the importance in terms of impact of social projects that have been executed in this area of the country. Indeed, it should be noted that in order to reduce poverty and vulnerability in the community, ADDS has undertaken the construction of 3,000-liter water tank, 24 latrines in home belonging to vulnerable families in these villages, as well as 2 watering trough for livestock. Another major programs that has made the strength of Muzlud is the famous program Social Safety Nets, which has undeniably contributed to the improvement of the living environment of more than 200 nursing and pregnant women of Muzlud. Muzlud women have used this program to create income-generating activity and thus compensate their families from poverty in effort to promote the formalization of the informal sector. The ADDS erected the 270-meter Asowe market. The traders of this locality have taken full advantage of these commercial buildings, which was donated by the Turkish Agency for Cooperation and Development, TICA. For her part, the Secretary General of UNFDA, Fatima Musa, also thanked the population of Muzlud for their warm welcome. She also passed on a message of greetings from the First Lady and the President of UNFDA, a message that was very positively received by the people of Muzlud. She recalled that the UNFDA was willing to strengthen its project already underway in their localities. The population of Muzlud was numerous to intervene during this meeting with the Ministers of Social Affairs on the occasion of the National Week of Solidarity. The inhabitants first thanked the Minister and the Department of Social Affairs for the achievements, and especially the cash transfer program, which for many represent a breath of fresh air. They also requested that other projects be carried out in their locality, such as supporting farmers by providing them with means of transport for their crops. For her part, the Minister of Social Affairs Solidarity, Ulufa Ismail Abdo, was keen to provide answers to these questions. That's a clear statement of the wonderful achievements of Muzlud. The Minister Ulufa has, without the towers, praised these villages, which without a shadow of a doubt has succeeded in the towers of the force to take in hand the courses of its destiny. Muzlud perfectly illustrates the theme of this new National Week of Solidarity, which is, let us recall, the policy of fight against poverty towards more empowerment. The Minister of Energy in charge of Natural Resources, Yunus Ali Gedi, received on the sidelines of his participation in the work of the Future Mineral Summit by his Saudi counterpart, His Highness Prince Abdulaziz bin Salman Al Saud. Indeed, welcomed in the lounge of honors upon his descent from the plane late at night by the Secretary General of the Ministry of Energy of Saudi Arabia. The senior Egyptian officials and members of his delegation participated four letters in the preliminary roundtables that brought together the Minister of Energy, the mining members country, and of the Arab League. On behalf of the custodians of the two holy mosques, King Salman, the Minister of Industry and Mineral Resources, Bandar bin Ibrahim Al Qurayef, inaugurated on Wednesday the Future Mineral Forum at the King Abdulaziz International Conference Centers in Riyadh. On Wednesday, January 12, the CM of Obok organized a ceremony of honor, roll awards, and various gifts from the 2075 laureate of the first quarters. In Obok. This ceremony was attended by the prefect of Obok region, Abdul Malik Muhammad Banoita, the president of the regional council, Muhammad Hamad Ismail, the head of the regional department of MENFOB, Hamadou Ali, parents of students, teacher, and the guests of honor of the day who are the winners. The ceremony was opened by the principal of the college, Hassan Omar Dato, who thanked the participants and congratulated the winners who are more deserving. His team is this term. The officials of the regions and the representative of MENFOB took turn to congratulate all the winners. Thereafter, the prizes were awarded to the winners by various guests. Finally, the 5 teachers who distinguished themselves during these terms for their dedication and their active participation in improving the quality of teaching learning for the benefit of the students of the Oboka Middle School and rewarded with a certificate of recognition. A workshop to present the local diagnostic report as part of the preparations of the regional development plan. The region of Tajara, a workshop to present the socio-economic report was held today, Wednesday, January 12, in the library of Technical High School of Tajara. The objective of this workshop was to present to the member of the Regional Development Coordination Committee the results of the diagnostic studies of the region carried out by the Planning Committee in charge of the elaboration of the RDP 2021-2025 in order to plan and prioritize with them the investments and achievement in the region for the next 5 years. The workshop was attended by the President of the Regional Council, the Prefect of the region, the representative of the Expertise France, Djibouti, the Planning Committee, and the members of the CCDR, composed of regional councillors, a representative of the concentrated services, sub-prefect, and customary leaders of the localities. Finally, it should be recalled that the elaborations of the RDP 2021-2025 is an integral part of the ADIL program support to decentralization and local initiatives financed by the European Union and executed by Expertise France International in Djibouti. We are very sorry to announce the death of the late Ahmed Dabbar Ige, which occurred this morning in Djibouti. The deceased was born in 1972 in Addis Ababa and started his career in teaching in 1985. He leaves behind a large family, including a widow and 7 children, sharing the pain of the family of the late Ahmed Ige. Ahmed Darar Ige, the sub-prefect, and the entire population of Muzlud send their condolences to the family of the late Ahmed Darar and pray to God to welcome him into his eternal paradise. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. For the international scene, Ukrainian crisis, new diplomatic sequences in Brest. After Geneva and Brussels, the European Union's defense ministers are meeting in Brest, France on Thursday for 2 days. The objective of this meeting is to discuss the security of the continent and particularly the Ukrainian crisis. This diplomatic sequences follows the one that took place on Wednesday at NATO headquarters in Brussels, where the United States and its European allies held discussions with Moscow to try to defuse the risks of a new conflict in Ukraine. The meeting ended with a new warning. We are sending a clear message to Russia. If it decides once again to use force against Ukraine, this will have serious consequences for it. It will be a big strategic mistake by Moscow and NATO allies. The EU and many others have made it clear that they will impose serious sanctions on Russia, said Jens Stoltenberg, NATO Secretary General. This is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.
La Direction générale de la population et de